This is the Go Maluku podcast.
Anything on Indigenous participation? Well, yes, like I said. So under activity design, paragraph 31, sub E, it says that, local and subnational stakeholder consultation will be held consistent with domestic, domestic arrangements that are applicable in relation to public participation, local communities, and indigenous peoples. Participation in this sense, I think consultation doesn't go as far, not far enough at least. So what we said was that consultation needs to be in line not just with domestic arrangements, but also in line with international standards, which includes the UN Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples, which may include ILO Convention 169, but definitely includes free, prior, and informed consent. And free, prior, and informed consent under UN Declaration is a little bit stronger than under the ILO Convention 169. The point why international standards need to be included, because we wanted to have free, prior, and informed consent to be part of the paragraph. And I've been in many negotiations. Free, prior, and informed consent is a sticky point. It's a sticky issue, meaning it is very controversial for a lot of indigenous peoples, for a lot of parties. So, not indigenous peoples, for a lot of parties, for a lot of states. It is a very important issue for indigenous peoples. Knowing that it might be a problem for them, we said, well, if as a fallback, as a compromise, we are okay with international standards. And that was how we looked at it. So that's in terms of participation. Now, that language was unchanged in the final text. So a lot of people could argue, well, that sucks. They're just all this consultation. Yes, it falls below the minimum standard. Yes, it falls below FPIC. Yes, it falls below the UN Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples, at least direct reference to it. However, there is because there's so many loopholes, why not use a loophole that is positive to indigenous peoples? There is the reference to, that we have a safeguard in there. Again, that's why we need to have operationalize the rights of indigenous peoples as a safeguard. Paragraph 24, so a little bit more up that document, sub A, it says that the superior body needs to establish processes, requirements, and to operate the market mechanism, and which parties should respect, promote, and consider the respective obligations on human rights and the rights of indigenous peoples, which implies the UN Declaration, which implies FPIC. So again, that is why it is important that you do not sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride, but actually keep holding the superior body, the Sustainable Development Mechanism, accountable towards saying like, hey, under activity design, or the parties that are part of this activity design, that everything is in line with the Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples.
My friends, you can now also listen to the Go Maluku podcast on Spotify. Listen while you use other apps or do other things. If you don't have Spotify, just open your Apple or Google podcast or your favorite podcasting app and search for the Go Maluku podcast.